Good afternoon, reception. I hope you've all had a brilliant day. For today's story time, I am going to read A Long Way From Home. And this story was written by Elizabeth Baguley and Jane Chapman. I'm going to read the blurb because remember, the blurb tells us what the story is about. At bedtime in the burrow, Moz is squished and squashed by sleepy rabbits. Crumpled and cross, he asked to go with his friend Albatross to the icy lands of the North Star. So off they fly, but when Moz gets lost, he finds himself cold and lonely and a long way from home. Ooh. This sounds like it's going to be good. Are you sitting comfortably? Then I think we can begin. At bedtime in the burrow, Moz was squished and squashed by sleepy rabbits. Oh no, he tutted. Crumplings, move over, Tam. Tam squeezed over, then folded her arms around Moz, using him as a hot water bottle. Too hot, muttered Moz. Too many rabbits. So out into the night he went. It does look like there's a lot of rabbits. I wonder if you could pause the video and try and count them. There's so many, I don't think you can find all of them. What are you doing out here, smallest bun? Asked Albatross, swooping down. There's no room, snuffled Moz, and Tam is always squashing me. But she's your favourite sister. It doesn't stop her from squishing me, said Moz. So to cheer him up, Albatross told Moz about the land of the North Star, where there was sky space and snow space. No rabbits there, sighed Moz. I wish I could come with you to the frozen north. Hop on then, smallest bun, Albatross said. Albatross is a seagull. Moz squeaked as Albatross lifted into the air. Under the moon and over the wind she flew as she soared high, high, higher. Moz held out his paws like wings. I'm flying, he cried. Hold tight, it's the North Star, Albatross shouted. From the North Star came a wild tornado of snow, and before Moz could take hold of Albatross, he had toppled into the storm. Swept on the wind, he tumbled and rolled down and down to land, puff, in a snowdrift. Oh dear. Moz was all alone, and for a moment he was afraid. Then he looked around at the empty white space and shook himself with excitement. No squish, he cried, no squash. Moz danced solo in the snow. He skated and skimmed and threw snowballs, but then whoosh! He was slipping down an ice slide, going faster and faster. Moz skidded to a stop. Oh no! There were rabbits everywhere. As he opened his mouth to protest, the other rabbits did too. But the only sound was Moz's tiny squeak. How do you think Moz is seeing all of the different rabbits? Mirror rabbits, he gasped. These weren't real rabbits, just reflections in the ice. Moz was in an ice cave, an ice hall, an ice palace. It was as big as space and as quiet as silence, and there was no one there but him. In the mirror walls, Moz saw himself like a king, his fluff grand with ice crystals. Moz made a cool, roomy snow nest. No nest sharing, he pronounced, and lay royally down to sleep. When Moz woke, his fluff was frozen, and he was cold to the bone. Shivering in his lonely bed, he thought about his snuggly sister Tam, squeezed into the nest with all the cosy night snufflings of his family. Even his tears froze. How he longed to go home. Oh dear. So out of the palace he crawled, slipping and slithering up the ice slide, where he came out under the open sky, where the stony moon shone. "Albatross!" shouted Moz. "Where are you?" There was no answer, only the empty creaking of the ice. But there, a feathery whisper on the wind. Moz looked up and saw wide wings. It was Albatross. "Smallest bun," she said, relieved. "I've been looking for you everywhere." She swung Moz onto her back, and gratefully he nestled into her warm down, thinking only of home. Back in the nest, Tam rolled over. Moz was wonderfully squished and squashed. He was gorgeously crumpled and crammed. He was Tam's hot water bottle. He snuggled into her fluff, and with a sigh, he fell to sleep. Oh, the end. What a lovely story. And it just goes to show there is no place like home, is there? I hope you all enjoyed this story. I will see you again tomorrow. Bye, everyone.